And only 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.
FBI, open up!
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today I got Jack O'Halloran.
Zapruder shot that film. That film was sold to Life magazine for $150,000 before it was ever shot. Before it was ever shot, they bought the film, and it didn't show for a year. And they cut 8 frames out of it, and the 8 frames were the frames where the driver turned and took the last shot. But then they put them back and they found out there was a copy going around. So the FBI all of a sudden said, oh my God, we got to show the original. And so they, so then I thought I sent you that.
Yeah, I did. I seen it. I was like, wow. You can see the whole thing. It's clear as day. I can't play it on YouTube, but I can put it on another platform and see it. Yeah, they won't let you play things like that. It's too graphic.
Well,
what do you think of Robert F. Kennedy, the nephew?
Hold on one second. Hold on a second.
Here, I'll pause it. So what do you think of Robert F. Kennedy running for president?
Oh, I understand he's a nice young man, but I think his life is in jeopardy if he does.
No, he is. He is running for president, and
I think his life is in jeopardy if he were to win the thing, which I don't think he has a chance of doing. But if he were to win it, I think his life is in jeopardy. But that's, who knows?
And they won't give him Secret Service protection.
They won't?
No.
Well, he's
one of the only presidential candidates to not receive Secret Service protection.
I didn't know that. I didn't read that.
And there's been a lot of threats on his life and different
well,
things.
It's going to be the untold story about why first Joe, then Jack, then Bobby, and then the disgraced Teddy. No one's ever told the truth about why all that happened. And we're about to do that in Family Legacy. And they made a statement that another Kennedy would never, ever walk on the White House steps again. So if the young man if he were lucky enough to win, I think his life would be in jeopardy. I really do.
And why did the plane crash, Bobby Kennedy, right? Was it Bobby Kennedy that the
No, it was Jack Jr.
Jack Jr.
John Jr.
Wasn't there something on the plane?
No, he was going to take his mother's memoirs and go to Hollywood and make a movie. His mother never said a word about anything she saw or whatever, but she kept a great diary. And after she passed away, her son got the hold of the diary. And he had owned G magazines. He had a magazine of his own. And he decided to go to Hollywood and make a picture out of his mother's diary. And he and his girlfriend, he wasn't qualified to fly an instrument plane. It was a stormy night. He was stoned out of his brains. They were 4 hours late showing up to take off. They should have never let him take off that airport. And the plane was digged anyway, did blow. So, the accident happened. He died. End of story. No one's ever found the diary yet, and no movie was made. So another Kennedy died. And that girl had to die with him. That was tragic.
Yeah, they say it's the Kennedy curse, right?
Well, it was more than a curse. It's a reality. I mean, it's like Teddy. Teddy let that poor girl drown. The car was rigged So when he took a turn, the wheel came off and went right into the lake. But he could have walked 100 feet to a firehouse and got help to get her out of the car. And he went home, took a shower, and went to bed.
Yeah, he didn't say anything. He just left the car there.
Left her die. And the family paid the family off. And there's, it's just a state of, and it's so disgraced him. He'd never be president after that. So they didn't have to kill him. He was already disgraced.
Yeah, it's pretty wild stuff. So where can people get your book? And
Amazon. There's a new book coming out, and we're going to. They're going to publish it worldwide in all languages. So it's going to be good. The mini series is going to be great, and it'll coincide with the new book, and it's going to be good. We're going to have a lot of fun.
When did you write the book, Family Legacy?
10 years ago. Wrote it a long time ago. Waited for a few people to pass away because I didn't want them to be hassled. So we wrote it, and it's been a bestseller ever since. It's been a 5-star book on Amazon ever since it was written. But they never published it the way they promised me they were going to publish it. So this time I'm going to take total control, and we'll publish it in all languages around the world because it's an international story. And it'll work well that way. And the miniseries will do extremely well. And I was going to do a film and then do a sequel, but there's too much information to put into one movie. So we're going to do a miniseries, 8-episode miniseries. And then I'll write 2 more books I'm in the process of doing right now. And bring it up to modern day and just Bob's your uncle. Either do another miniseries or just do a continuing series.
Yeah, you don't want to leave big chunks out of all this information that you have in the book. If you wrote a movie, you would have to do that.
Well, you can only put so much in a couple hours, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
doing a miniseries is a lot better deal.
Definitely. Does it surprise you on how much the world has changed since you were younger?
It's unbelievable. We have such a great country. And the problem is people have to stand up and vote. They've got to come back and take their country back. They're being led by the nose. And people sit and watch television every night watching the news, thinking that they're getting all the truth of what's going on, and they don't get half the truth. They get what they're told, what people want them to know. And it's just very sad. Because we have, Americans are funny people. Usually, if you push them against the wall, then they come out fighting. And that hasn't happened yet. And it's just, I have great empathy for the younger generation that are being born right now. And watching these kids, I mean, you see kids standing across the room in the same room, texting each other instead of walking over and saying, "Hey, how you doing, man?" Looking somebody in the eye and understand who you're talking to. Everybody's on the social media, texting people back and forth, and they don't know who they're even talking to. So that's why so many people are being exploited. So it's, it's got to be a shakeup, boy. We need to get a president in there that's going to shake this country back to where it belongs. Yes,
so it's really sad. The whole social media, and people are losing their social.
Well, they don't. People don't talk to each other. They text each other.
Yeah.
It's so foolish. I mean, why? You're in a room and somebody's on the other side of the room and you're texting them. Why not walk over and shake their hand and say, "Hey, how are you? Well, who are you?" Look them in the eye. I mean, God, the word that's missing out of our society is the word respect.
100%. Definitely.
When I was a kid, you were taught respect from day one. You respected your elders. You respected, it was just a way of life. Hey, they don't have that today.
Did you find that changed when you went to Hollywood? Were people?
Not when I first went out there. I just, things started changing after in the 80s and stuff, started getting, and I lived all over the world. I lived in Belgium. Belgium was a great place to live. And now it's very socialistic. The Isle of Man was a great place to live. Ireland was great. There were places that were really terrific to stay and live in, and watching the changes in them has been horrendous. Very sad.
Yeah, it is.
Very sad.
Well, I thank you, man, for coming on. I really appreciate it. I love talking to you. You have a wealth of information. People love hearing your stories. And
well, it's been good to see you, pal.
yeah, you too. I always enjoy this.
You take care of yourself.
Yeah, and make sure you go check out his book, Family Legacy. You can get it on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description of this video. You have a website to go along with it too, right?
Yeah. Some great stuff out there.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the description, and you guys can check it out. If you like Jack's book, get a copy. Do you sell signed copies?
Yeah. Well, if they mail them to me or something, then, we're going to be doing a whole book tour on this new book coming out. So,
Are you doing any Comic-Con soon?
just did one in Indiana. I think
man.
one coming up in Boston.
Yeah, let me know when you're coming to Boston. I'll meet you up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I need to get a one of them action figures signed from you.
All
Yeah, it'll be cool.
right, brother. You take care of yourself.
Definitely. If you guys like this content, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this content, too bad. Start your own podcast. Thanks, Jack.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.